Hello. I thought instead of yelling over my kitchen counter at you guys today, what I would do is sit here. Alright, when it comes to packable lunches, no one wants to get stuck doing sandwiches forever. Provided your food is in a bag that won't let too much air escape and it's got a freezer block in it, it will keep it cool enough to eat and won't let the food spoil before you get a chance to get to it. Today I have got some high protein packable lunches, so let's jump straight into it. I'll post the macros on the screen. I did that last time and people still missed it somehow. I don't know. And if you check the description box, I will have every single recipe linked for you. This one will taste better heated back up, but you don't have to. This is a chicken tray bake. So what you will need for this one: chicken breast. I like to calculate this off 150 grams per serving, garlic paste, basil paste, a roast vegetable sprinkle or seasoning of your choice, cooking spray, sweet potato, pumpkin, and zucchini. Now keep in mind, you can use the vegetables that you like. This is just my favorite combination for this meal. Alright, so first for this one, we are preheating our oven, and now I'm going to get 3 baking trays. This will depend on how much you need to make. 3 baking trays, and I'm going to line them with baking paper. Now what I'm going to do is start chopping up my vegetables. So I'm going to chop up the sweet potato, pumpkin, and the zucchini, and I'm going to spread the potatoes and the pumpkin on the baking tray. We'll add the zucchini in later. For now, just put that to the side. These potatoes and pumpkin, I tend to cook them for around 40 minutes. So I'm gonna put them in first. What I'm gonna do is spray them with a bit of cooking spray, and then I'm going to sprinkle some roast veg seasoning on top. You can use whatever kind of seasoning you like. I'm going to get my chicken ready. So the way I like to do this is just take a chicken breast and cut some slices in it, and then I like to fill them with the garlic paste and the basil paste. You can also use fresh if you prefer. After the potatoes and pumpkin have been in the oven for about 20 minutes, we're gonna just move them, flip them around a little bit, and I'm going to put my chicken into the oven, which will take about 20 minutes to cook through. When it's done, I just like to take it out, serve it up into meal prep containers. Like I said, it's roughly 150 grams per chicken per serving. So for my servings, I would just cut a chicken breast in half, and that's that meal done. It is so incredibly easy and delicious. I love garlic. Who else is a garlic fan? Please raise your hand. Now we have a salmon bowl. So this is the kind of meal which you could leave deconstructed, and I would recommend leaving it deconstructed, like putting it in containers where you can separate things a little bit, just so it doesn't go gross altogether. So what you will need is tinned salmon. You will need some wild rice or quinoa or whatever. I use like a wild rice mix for this, which can be heated up in a microwave. You'll also need tomato, half an avocado, bean sprouts, plain Greek yogurt, and some dill. Now you can either cook the rice before you take this meal with you, or if you have a microwave where you're going, bring it with you. What we're going to do first is heat up the rice, and we're going to add into it chopped tomato and bean sprouts and mix that around a little bit. Then I'm just going to drain out the salmon and put that in the bowl as well. On top of that, for a lovely hit of healthy fats, I'm adding in my avocado, and then I'm going to take my Greek yogurt and I'm going to add some dill into it. You don't have to add any flavor to it, but I find the dill really complements the salmon. And now you have your own little macro bowl, which you can either construct at work or bring semi-constructed. But this meal will keep you feeling full because it's got a good amount of protein and heaps of healthy fats in there for you. I feel like the lighting keeps changing so much. I'm sorry, it's like weirdly cloudy today. They keep like coming and going, and which is not ideal for filming. Now we have some chicken and chickpea wraps. And yes, I tied them up because they needed to hold together, and I didn't want to wrap them up in anything because then you wouldn't see them. So that's what we're doing, but you don't have to tie yours up. For these, you will need Cajun seasoning, approximately like 1/4 teaspoon worth, some Himalayan salt, chicken breast. I used about 100 grams per serving, baby spinach leaves, half a cup of canned chickpeas, which have been rinsed and drained, 1/4 of an avocado per serving, a teaspoon of tahini, some lime juice, and some wrap bread. So what we're gonna do is blend up our chickpeas with the Cajun seasoning, the Himalayan salt, and a little bit of lime juice. The reason that I'm doing this is because I just don't want chickpeas rolling around in the wrap. It needs to be more user-friendly. So put them into like a NutriBullet or a blender or whatever works for you, and just zip them up for a little bit. It will take like 2 seconds. And then we're going to spread this onto the base of the wrap. Next, we're adding in all our other ingredients. So that's the chicken, the avocado, the baby spinach leaves, and our tahini, and we're wrapping it up, and you're good to go. Now we have my easy green curry. I'm pretty sure I wrote this recipe in like 2015, and it is, as the name suggests, very easy. Now this one is a vegan option, but I would recommend picking a protein source and adding it into the curry. Now this will make quite a few servings, and what you'll need to make the full batch is 1 kilogram of frozen stir-fry vegetables, green curry paste, 2 cans of fat reduced coconut cream. I don't know why I don't know how to say mushroom names. You could go for like enoki or shimiji mushrooms. You want the kind that are a little bit of a meatier texture. You'll also need 60 grams of cashews, cayenne pepper, turmeric, some garlic, and about 3/4 of a cup of quinoa, which has been cooked. I also decided to add in about half a brown onion as well, but my original recipe didn't call for that. So to make this one, what you're gonna do is take your quinoa. So for 3/4 of a cup of quinoa, you wanna double the amount of water, or you can just use the microwave kind, whatever is easiest for you. Cook that up in a saucepan, allow it to boil, drain it, and allow it to cool. As the quinoa is cooking, we're going to start cooking the curry in a separate large pot. So in the pot, we're going to put all of the ingredients on a medium heat and now stir them regularly. And now we're going to allow that to simmer at a low heat. Now, if you like, you can serve the quinoa on the side or serve it with the curry, or what I do is just throw it straight in and mix it all together. I would also recommend putting a protein source in here, so whether you prefer to use something like tempeh, or if you'd like to use chicken or whatever, do that. But it is a delicious recipe base. I would recommend adding something into it though, to give it A, more calories and make you full, and B, make sure that you're eating your protein. Now we're making this really simple tuna salad, which you can pack up into a lunchbox. For one serving, we're going to need 2 cans of tuna, which have been packed in spring water, light or low-fat mayonnaise, chopped celery, some red onions, some lemon juice, some garlic, and some Himalayan salt. And then also to pack with it, you could choose from the following or have all of them. You could have pita bread, celery, carrots. So what we're gonna do is put together our tuna salad, which is really simple. I'm gonna chop up the red onion and the celery. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna chop up some extra celery and some carrot for dipping. Now in a bowl, you're gonna combine the tuna, the low-fat mayonnaise, your finely chopped celery, the onions, as well as the lemon juice and garlic, and mix that all up. This is like stupidly easy. So pack that into a container, as well as the carrot, the other celery, and the pita bread. If you wanted to as well, you could also add in some avocado. Like I said, I would recommend making sure that you have a freezer block so you can take your meals with you. This is how you can bring healthy meals with you, is just being a tiny bit extra prepared. If you're inspired to create one of these or a similar option, tag me on Instagram. I'd love to check it out. Now, if you wanted to grab any of those recipe details, head to the links in the description box, because I have created blog posts for every single one of them. And while you're on there, don't forget to check out my clean eating guide, which is my guide to cleaning up your diet and making small changes which are sustainable over the long term. And that is completely free. So you'll find that over on Eat, Run, Lift. If you want to see more of what I'm eating or more of what I'm doing in a day, jump on over to my Instagram, which is @RachelAust. Alrighty, I'm gonna leave you guys here while the sunlight keeps changing and it is annoying the hell out of me. But I will catch you guys in my next upload. See ya.